Hey everyone, Leo Bond here. I'm back again today for the Best Buy Canada blog, and this time I'm taking a look at a really cool bicycle. It's actually an electric bike called the Pluto R, and I've had the opportunity to test this bike here recently over the last 2 or 3 weeks. It's been a whole lot of fun, and there's a few things that I'd like to tell you about it. First of all, you do have to somewhat assemble this. There's a little bit of assembly required when the bike first comes. Not so awfully much. It only takes about a half an hour or so to do, maybe even less than that if you're really good at this kind of stuff. Basically, you just have to put the seat, the handlebars, and the front tire on, but it doesn't really take long to do. Then you put on the pedals, and then after that, all you have to do is get the tires pumped up. Now, one thing that's a little bit different about this bicycle is it does use a different type of air intake valve from those that I've seen in the past. It's called a Presta valve, and I actually had to go out and buy a special adapter for it to convert it over into the common Schrader valve, which allows you to go to the regular gas station and just use the air hose to pump up your tires. And it was only $3 for that adapter, and it was very easy to find, so no big deal there. Now, some of the interesting features of this bike, of course, it does have the electric motor. So it's got the electric pedal assist, and there's 9 different speeds for it. And basically, you just pick the one that you want. And you can actually pedal it under your own power entirely, but if you use the pedal assist, it really makes riding a whole lot easier. And I tested this out on some of the streets around my area, just kind of around the neighborhood, and I also went into the park with a lot of hills and stuff. And one thing that I found was that in the park, it was rather difficult to get up some of the really steep hills, even with the pedal assist, but out on the flat roads and stuff, I really noticed it kicking in. And of course, this bike also has a lot of other little neat things. It's got a little bell on there, and it's got a little backlit display that shows you things like your speed and your battery level that's left, and also it allows you to cycle through your different 9 levels of speeds. There's actually a little red light in the back. It lights up, and you can have it on either flashing or solid red. Of course, it has front and rear hand brakes, and the gear shifting mechanism is just a little trigger there on the right hand side. Very easy to use, one way for up and the other way for down. And also there is a kickstand, which is always handy to have, and very nice soft grip handles that make it a whole lot more comfortable on your hands while riding. Now, one complaint that I do have about this bicycle, actually it's my biggest complaint by far, is that the seat is not very comfortable. It's really, really hard. Now, it is a hybrid style seat that is often found on road bikes or mountain bikes, and it's meant for really sort of long rides, and they say that softer seats will actually make you more sore for like a really long ride, although I personally definitely found it uncomfortable and would probably at least put some sort of a neoprene cover on there. But it is a specialized seat that's kind of meant for this type of a bicycle. Now, looking this bike over extremely well, go ahead and let me know if you can see the battery on this thing. With most e-bikes, the battery is this huge brick-looking thing. It's very obvious, very noticeable, but on this particular bicycle, it's extremely well hidden. In fact, the design of this particular e-bike is an award-winning design, and part of that is because you can't even really tell that it's an e-bike. It looks just like any other bicycle, which does give it less risk of being stolen, and what's more, it's actually a very cool-looking bike. Now, a couple of more quick notes about this bike. For one thing, it is one of the lightest e-bikes on the market. It's super light, and that actually speaks to that award-winning design. And also, it has a Shimano gear system, and we all know that Shimano is a highly reputable brand in that area. Now, the last thing that I did want to mention was how to charge this bike up. It's very, very easy. It comes with basically this fairly large charging adapter, and there's a little place to plug it in right on the side of the frame there. There's a little rubber stopper in it for when you're not charging it up. And you basically just plug that into a standard wall outlet, and in 4 to 6 hours charging time, you're all ready to go, and you should get a range of up to 40 to 50 kilometers on a single charge, so pretty impressive. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about the bike here in the video, but there is a whole lot more in my complete written review over at the Best Buy Canada blog, so I do encourage you to go over there and check that out and get a lot more details. For now, I'd just like to thank you for watching. Have an excellent day, and we'll see you in the next review.